I've had this business since, well, it was my mum's at first. She opened it in 2002 and I took over approximately 5 years ago. So we get dogs in, we style their hair, bath them, trim their nails, do their ears and just address any health concerns with the owners.
I'm a vet, so we do everything from medicine, surgery, blood tests, operations, dentistry, psychology, everything across the whole spectrum. So we're like general practitioners in animal world.
I love dogs. I don't own any currently. We used to have 4, but my mum's just determined we're not having any more because she just breaks her heart when anything happens to them. So I get a shot of the ones in here and that's fair enough. I love dogs because, you know, I've always had them and I think we can learn a lot from them, from their behaviour and stuff, which I'm quite interested in as well.
I have 1 dog I'm on at the moment. I used to have 2. The thing I specifically like about dogs is their love of life. They're usually really happy, everything makes them happy and they're so calming to be around, just because generally in a world where everybody else is moaning, dogs are really happy in general.
Worst condition in here personally that I've seen was a Labradoodle that came in. It was only 6 months old and it was the size of a horse. It was really badly matted, but the owners had just obviously not done anything with it at home as regards to grooming or training. It was taking swings at me and stuff, and it's not that the dog wanted to be bad, she hadn't been taught any manners or like the correct behaviours to exhibit or anything. Training them from an early age is vital, especially with breeds that need regular grooming.
A lot of the breeds that get a bad reputation for being aggressive maybe are towards other dogs, but not necessarily, for example, Staffies. Staffies are the sweetest natured dogs, but they have such a bad reputation. We see a lot that have been sent into the kennels while they're waiting for their court trial, and these are lovely dogs, but they're going to be sentenced to death because, you know, they've been aggressive, often to another dog rather than to a person.
I think certain breeds have traits bred into them, such as like certain breeds are kind of bred for more kind of robust activities, like Jack Russells and stuff are kind of, their breeding entails them being a wee bit more kind of feisty. It's not to say that they're aggressive, they are a bit more kind of highly strung and they've got like a higher prey drive and stuff. But I definitely think the upbringing and how they're handled and stuff has a good hand in, you know, what kind of dogs they turn out to be. And if you don't know enough about like their training and like body language and stuff, kind of inappropriate handling can be a factor in that as well.
There are some people who are deliberately breeding for aggression. Years ago there was a study done, there was a spate of very aggressive male golden retrievers, and a study showed that they could all be linked back to one male golden retriever that had been used for breeding because he had excellent hips. So there is definitely an inherited element of aggression. I think there's both things. There are some breeds that are more naturally aggressive or assertive than others, because all breeds have characteristics, so you can't say that aggression isn't a characteristic that could be passed down through the breed. So I think some have more of a propensity to be aggressive, but I don't necessarily I think very, very few dogs are actually born aggressive. Any dog
can exhibit aggressive behaviour. Statistically speaking, I think last year in the UK, the #1 dog cases of bites recorded was the Jack Russell. I think the second was German Shepherd, and these aren't the breeds that you hear about in the news. It's usually Staffies and like pit bull types that usually get the bad rap. Certain breeds need more handling than others, and there's certain people that aren't necessarily fitted to owning breeds, and they're maybe not aware of the challenges of that breed, and it's too easy for these people just to get their hands on the wrong dog for them, basically, rather than them being the wrong breed in general. I think it's just that the wrong people end up with the wrong dogs. I really do think we need to put the awareness back to training and upbringing, because if people want something badly enough, they're going to pay for it, do you know what I mean? So I think we need more people in charge, like in government, that actually know things about dogs, as opposed to just putting somebody in charge for the sake of having them in charge and kind of go for there. I don't think like putting the fee up is going to make much difference, if I'm honest. I think licensing would be a way forward for people to have the dogs microchipped and licensed, so there's some sort of register of dogs.
We really need to be promoting sensible pet ownership and sensible dog ownership, enforcing laws that don't allow people to breed willy-nilly all sorts of breeds and sell them on all sorts of websites.
Behaviour, I think you should research if you're going to get a breed that has a kind of reputation, as opposed to just buying something that you then can't handle and is going to get passed about the shelters and obviously get worse. So I definitely think, as opposed to banning certain breeds or putting fees up or anything, it's definitely back to training and how they're brought up and just learning how to care for them before you actually make sure you've got the time, you know, to spend bringing your dog up, because they're essentially babies, you know, so you wouldn't get a baby and then just leave it in the house all day. So definitely back to training and behaviour.